Hi guys, welcome back to Flora Fun and Food. My name is Lauren and today I'm going to give you another one pot recipe. This is one of my husband's favorites. We found it on Meal Lime and I'll link the original recipe down below. And I've just kind of adapted it to our own flair, and it is so simple, so delicious, so I hope you give it a try. Let me show you how to do it. Alright, this is everything we're going to need for this recipe. I have 6 pork chops that do not have the bone, garlic, mushrooms, salt, pepper, garlic powder, chili powder, chicken stock, flour, olive oil, and 3 yellow onions. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a cup of flour into a bowl to start coating our pork chops. Roughly a cup, it doesn't have to be perfect. To that, I'm going to add in about 3/4 of a teaspoon of chili powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. Again, I'm just kind of eyeballing this. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and then about 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just going to kind of mix this with a fork here just to get all the spices incorporated into the flour. And I'm going to save about 3 tablespoons of flour for later. Okay, next step is to get some oil into my pan, and I am using my brand new Hexclad pans that my mom so generously got me for my birthday. These are endorsed by Gordon Ramsay, so you know they've got to be good, right? They are supposed to have the same benefits of cast iron, non-stick, and stainless steel, and you can use metal utensils in them even though they are non-stick. They can go in the oven. They're just supposed to be really wonderful. So we're going to try these out today, and hopefully we like them because they are a little pricey. So while our oil heats up, I'm going to get our pork chops breaded here. So I'm just going to pat these dry with a paper towel just so that the breading sticks a little bit better. I'm going to dredge them in flour. There we go. And we'll start sticking these in here just to get them ready. So now we are just going to cook our pork chops until they are golden brown on both sides. They are not going to be cooked through because we're going to add them back in later. And while those are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get some onions chopped. I'm going to go ahead and flip my middle one because I know it's done. The ones on the side here I'm going to have to kind of shift around a little bit. A flat skillet would be better, but I wanted to try the big kind of wok one. Alright, we're going to take our pork chops out. We're going to add a little bit more oil. And we're going to throw in our onions. So we're just going to kind of cook these onions down for a while. I'm going to add in my mushrooms here because mushrooms take quite a while to cook. It feels so wrong to be using a metal utensil in a non-stick feeling pan. I'm not a huge fan of the sound of it touching the hexagonal pattern, so I'll probably end up using silicone from now on, but it is nice that I can use steel wool to clean this. I can throw them in the dishwasher. They are supposed to be kind of just an all-around great pan. To help this kind of cook down, I'm going to add some salt just to draw out some moisture from both the onions and the mushrooms. And then we're going to let that cook down for just a little bit, probably probably about 15 minutes until the onions are nice and soft. And then we'll add the next steps. Alright, this has been cooking on high, so it didn't take quite as long as I thought. The onions are nice and soft. And now I'm going to add in my garlic. I didn't want to add it in to begin with because garlic can burn really easily. We'll just finish off this jar. And I'll let the garlic kind of turn golden brown. And then we're going to add some flour to this that we set aside earlier to help kind of make a, kind of like a roux, I guess, because it's oil and flour, to help thicken our sauce. I'm also going to add in a little bit more black pepper. Alright, I'm going to coat my onions and mushrooms in our reserved flour from our dredging flour. And we're just going to kind of make sure everything gets coated here. And you always want to make sure you cook flour thoroughly before adding in your liquids and stuff, because the taste of uncooked flour is not a pleasant one. So we're going to coat everything and give it a minute or two just to kind of cook off. And one ingredient I forgot at the beginning of the video was heavy whipping cream. This is going to give it that creaminess, so kind of an important one to forget, so sorry about that. Alright, to our flour coated onions and mushrooms, we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. Get that stirring to kind of deglaze anything that might be stuck, but I really don't see anything stuck, so the non-stick advertisement was correct. Okay, and then this is some homemade chicken stock that I'm going to shake up just to get it all mixed back together. I canned this, looks like last November, and we need about 2 cups of this, so only about half of this quart. We're going to add that in. I'll keep it to the side for now in case I think we need more later, but I'm going to stick this in the fridge for later in the week. Alright. So now we're going to turn this back up to high. I turned it down earlier because things were starting to get a little charred. We're going to get this kind of to a nice simmer and let our sauce thicken up. So we'll probably need 5 minutes or so. This smells amazing. My chicken stock did have some spices in it like paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, things like that. So mine is a little seasoned, but you can just use regular chicken stock, vegetable stock. You could honestly even use beef stock if you wanted to. It's just to help make our sauce here. I'm just stirring this constantly because I don't want anything to burn. Alright, now that we're bubbling away, I'm going to turn it down to kind of a medium heat. And I'm going to add my pork chops back into my pan and cover them with the sauce. And then these will finish cooking, because remember we didn't cook them all the way through. So these are going to now finish cooking in our sauce for probably 8 minutes or so. To be sure that our pork is done, I'm going to use a thermometer and just kind of watch it until it gets to 145-ish in the middle. And we are going to cover that until they are done. Alright, my meat probe says that the pork chops are at 145. And I'm going to check the other ones just to be sure. Oh yeah, that one's at 149. Middle one's good. Okay, looks like our pork chops are fully cooked. So now all that's left to do is dish this up. So I'm going to grab a nice big pork chop here. And then I'm going to scoop up some of our veggies and sauce and just kind of drizzle it over the top. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. And the recipe that I originally got this from is on Meal Lime, and they had a side of broccoli with the mushrooms and the broccoli, but I added the mushrooms to this and I liked it a lot better. So you could serve this with any sort of vegetable on the side, but it is good just kind of by itself. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and head over to my channel to subscribe for more content like this. And I hope to see you again very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.